All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to talk about how long it takes to see results with your Facebook ads as a med spa. So if you own a med spa or a local wellness business that sells high ticket treatment plans and you're looking to get more high ticket clients from your Facebook ads, however, maybe you've been running ads for a while or you're currently working with an agency that massively overpromised on the results that you would see and how quickly you would see them, and you're starting to kind of second guess the process, then this video is for you. So let's hop right into things here. So first off, I want to talk about what your agency tells you versus what reality truly is. And the reason that I wanted to make this video in the first place is because I was talking to a med spa owner last week, and they said something along the lines of, I've been working with an agency for nearly a month now, and we haven't gotten any ROI yet. And now it's quite possible that the agency you're working with sucks, right? Because a lot of the med spa owners that I talk to, they say that they've worked with half a dozen agencies already, and they're pretty disappointed to say the least. But what's more likely is that your agency severely overpromised the results that you would get, and they severely underdelivered at the same time. And now the truth is that you're probably not going to see an ROI from your ads after just 1 month. And I'll talk about a reasonable timeline later in this video, but it's likely you probably won't see an ROI that quickly. But I think that there's a greater underlying issue to this problem, and it's usually going around the expectations that your agency decides to set with you. Just to give you another example, another client of mine that I'm currently working with started off our relationship by saying, I am simply tired of everyone promising miracles and nothing happens. And I think that that is the underlying issue or the root cause as to how long it takes to see results with your Facebook ads as a med spa owner or as a local wellness business. And so the expectation is that you're going to get an immediate ROI and that Facebook ads are magic, and that if you just implement your agency's special, spectacular 1-2-3 system, that you're going to start seeing all these leads, all of these new clients flood through the door, you're going to make all of this money, right? But the reality is that after month 1, you have absolutely no ROI, right? And also, I think that this expectation isn't your fault. I think that a lot of the times, like I'll talk about in this video, it's the agency's fault. And so running ads or doing any marketing is just like starting a garden. And so stick with me through this example here. But just like you can't plant seeds and expect them to grow overnight, you also can't expect Facebook ads to yield immediate results. You plant your seeds, right, in a garden, just like similar to launching your ads. And then you regularly care for those seeds by watering them, removing weeds, digging out the seeds that aren't growing. This would be similar to optimizing your ads. And then over time, only with patience and consistent effort, your garden begins to flourish and your ads begin to reach the right audience and generate an ROI, right? So you can kind of see the comparison there. And the truth here is that no two gardens are the same. And just like different plants take different amounts of time to grow, the results from ads can also vary based on different factors, such as the budget that you decide to use, the targeting, right? What types of people are you targeting? The current market conditions, or just your local area in general. What kinds of messages does your local area resonate with? And also your competitors. What ads are your competitors running, right? So in the previous slide here, just like with our this garden, right? Planting a garden that looks like this is very similar, or very different rather than planting a garden that looks like this. We have two completely different climates. And the reason that I'm making this comparison is because a lot of the times agencies make big promises because maybe they got results for somebody else and they say, oh, we can just, implement our same system over to you. However, your market is unique. Your market is different from everyone else's. And so the truth here is that your agency probably didn't set good expectations with you as to how long it takes to see results with Facebook ads as a med spa. I believe that most med spa owners understand and expect that it takes time to see results to some degree, right? You probably don't expect that your ads are going to work immediately. The true issue here is that marketers often set unreasonable expectations in order to make the sale, right? So you see marketing agencies selling to med spas that say crazy things like, oh, this client just made $104,000 in 1 month of working with us, right? And that might be true, right? They might have actually gotten that result. But what they didn't tell you is that they've been working with that client already for 3 months. That client was already running ads, so that med spa was already running ads. And so they already had a ton of good data on their ads manager, which makes it 10 times easier to get better results. They didn't tell you that the med spa owner has a background in sales and they're really excellent at selling treatment plans when people walk through the door, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? So they're displaying their best result, but they're not telling you what it took or the market conditions that made that result possible. And I thought it would be funny to put a picture of a used car salesman here, because a lot of the times you'll have these agencies that tell you everything that you want to hear just so that they can make the sale. And they will make these big promises like, oh, our client got amazing results in 1 month. And then you kind of expect that going into it as well, because you just assume that your agency had some crazy system that works, right? And just like you probably highlight your best results, agencies also highlight their best results. So you probably don't advertise your worst before and after pictures and all of your 1-star reviews on your website, right? And similarly, your agency highlights their best results, right? So it's not completely out of line for an agency to say, oh, we made this much money for somebody in this amount of time, if it's true, right? But your best before and after pictures aren't necessarily a perfect representation of what everyone can expect from your treatment, right? So you wouldn't expect every single person to achieve the same results as your best before and after pictures. And just like here, you have, before, in only 2 weeks, John lost 2 weeks, right? There's no transformation whatsoever. You probably wouldn't put something like this on your website. And just like everything else, ads take time to work, right? Just like with anything in life, big things take time. No agency's spectacular 1, 2, 3 bulletproof system is going to magically have a solution for you, or it's going to magically cure your problem of your Facebook ads not working, or of you being able to get more high ticket clients through the door. The process of running Facebook ads is always the same, whether you work with my agency, whether you work with somebody else's, right? We create a really great offer. We put great ads out in front of your market. We have exceptional follow-up. So every single lead we generate, we are following up with them diligently. We qualify those leads, and then we try to book an appointment with a deposit. We give them an amazing first experience. We qualify them in person, and then we try to sell them a treatment plan or package deal, right? No matter who you're working with, the process is the same. The principles are the same, but there are some different factors that determine how long it actually takes. And so I believe that if you're going to take ads seriously and you're genuinely going to invest in ads and try to see a result from them, you should commit at least 3 months of budget, bare minimum, right? So you could even, just to kind of prove this point, you could start with a proven offer in ads, right? Let's say you start working with an agency and they got really excellent results with somebody else. And so that agency says, we're going to take that same offer, that same ads that's proven, and we're going to copy and paste it over to your situation. But you could take their proven offer and ads just to find out after 2 weeks of running those ads that your market does not resonate with that offer, or they don't resonate with the ads. Maybe they've seen it before. Maybe the type of person that is in your local area, in your target demographic, doesn't resonate with that message, whatever it is, right? We don't really know. And so if your agency is any good, they'll know how to read the results and make adjustments very quickly to expedite your results, right? So you have all these crazy numbers in Facebook Ads Manager, and a good agency, what they're going to do is they're going to launch ads and launch offers. And initially they probably won't work, but over time they're going to gather data and then make decisions to make your ads work better. And so like I said before, I recommend a bare minimum of 3 months of budget. But what budget, right? I personally say what I think is that $50 a day is ideal. However, $33 a day is minimum, and $33 a day is about $1,000 a month. $50 a day is $1,500 a month. And the reason that I like $50 a day is because typically we're generating leads anywhere from $5 on the lowest end to $20 on the highest end right now. And so if we have a $50 a day budget, that gives us, we're ideally looking for at least 3 to 5 leads that we're generating from the ads every single day in order to see a great result. It's hard to book appointments on a consistent basis if you're only generating 1 lead every day or 1 lead every other day. And so ideally, if you can generate 3 to 5 leads per day, that's kind of like a good sweet spot. And I found that $50 a day is usually a good starting point in the beginning to generate that level of leads. But then, of course, if you can't make that work, I would say $33 a day is a bare minimum if you want to see results. And so the question always comes up, why not start small and then scale up as it works, right? Why don't we just start with $100 a month budget? And then if things are working well, and if you're so good at what you say you're good at, then we can just always add more money, right? Because if it's getting us an ROI, we'll put more money into it, right? But the problem with that is that Facebook uses a self-correcting algorithm to find your perfect audience. So they show your ad to a subset of people, and then based on the reaction that you get, so they read the reaction that those individuals have to your ad, and then they decide who to show it to next based on that data. And this is happening constantly all day long. And so just to give you an idea here, we run our paid ad, and then Facebook is going to show it to person A and person B. And then they're going to read person A's reaction. So did they react positively to it? And that could be, did they like the ad? Did they comment on it? Did they click the learn more button? Did they submit their information? If they reacted to it positively, then Facebook is going to show it to more people just like that. If they reacted negatively, then they're going to show it to less people, just like that. And again, it's the same exact thing that's happening with every single person. But Facebook is doing this hundreds, thousands of times every single day, right? And so the truth of why we can't use a small budget is because, actually, let me go back to this. So why not a small budget? The reason we can't use a small budget is because the smaller your budget, the longer it will take for Facebook to find the audience that resonates with your ads, right? So just like I showed in this last slide, this is happening thousands of times per day, but it is limited as to how much money you are putting into the ads. So if we're only putting $5 a day into your ads, this is still happening, but it's happening very slowly. As compared to if we put $50 a day into the ads, it's happening at 10 times the speed as if we were putting in $5 a day. So the more you are willing to invest into it, the shorter your testing phase is going to be. So if you start with a small budget, example, $100 a month, you'll likely generate only a handful of leads. So you would be lucky to get like 5 leads on that kind of budget, of which maybe only 1 or 2 of them actually respond. And of those 1 or 2 that respond, neither of them end up booking an appointment. And so you deem that the leads suck and you decide that Facebook ads won't work for your business because insert whatever reason you have, right? If you start with a bigger budget, as example, a $50 a day budget, then you'll likely generate 2 to 5 leads per day, right? And now your agency that you're working with can make much more informed decisions to improve your results much faster, right? So as an example, with a $50 a day budget, after, 7 days or 10 days, we might realize that we're generating leads, but they're not responding to any of our messages. Well, we now have the required data in order to make an informed decision that, okay, we should probably improve our follow-up process. Or another example, let's say we're generating leads, but they're way too expensive, right? We just can't afford the cost that we're getting those leads for. Okay, well, that means that we probably have to improve our ads or improve our offer in some way. And so a bigger budget expedites this learning process so that you can get into the fun part, which is actually scaling your ads much faster. So the bigger budget you have, the faster you can get into the scaling phase, which is the part where we actually get to start to see an ROI. And so once you find an ad that you can put $1 in and get $5 back, my question to you is how many dollars would you put in, right? You would probably put in an unlimited amount as long as that's getting you a positive ROI and as long as you have space on your schedule. However, to get to this point, to get to this ad where you can put in 1 and get 5 back, you need to go through that this testing phase, right? And this needs to happen more and more and more. And the only way to get that to happen is to spend more money. And so how do you expedite your results? So the way that you can expedite your results is to spend more. So if you're working with someone who actually knows what they're doing, then it works. It is beneficial to have a larger budget because you can test and find your audience faster. You also need to give Facebook time to work its magic. I don't believe that Facebook ads are magic, but I think the most magic part of the whole situation is the Facebook ads algorithm because it's very smart. It's smarter than any other Facebook advertiser ever will be at finding your audience. And so you don't want to be constantly making minor tweaks every single day. You don't want to constantly be turning your ads off because you're unsure if they're going to work. And you don't want to do any of that without a solid reason. And typically in my agency, we usually let things run for at least 3 to 5 days before we make a decision on whether or not we should turn an ad off or whether we should tweak something about our process, etc. And you really just kind of have to sit back and just let things happen because if you're constantly changing things, Facebook isn't going to be able to figure out that or find that audience for you. Another way to expedite your results is to work with an agency whose incentives are actually aligned with yours. So an agency that works on performance or you only pay your agency upon X amount of results, right? So a lot of agencies will charge, $2,000 a month upfront at the beginning of the month. And they'll say, the results that you're going to get from this are going to be so amazing that the $2,000 a month is going to be like nothing to you, right? But the issue with that is that if you're paying your agency upfront, they have no incentive to actually get you good results, right? Because they've already been paid, they got their money, and so all they're going to do is they're going to run your ads from there. However, if you work with an agency where the amount that the agency gets paid is directly correlated to how well they can do your ads or how well your ads are performing, then that is also a great way to expedite your results because your agency is going to be much more focused on getting you a positive ROI because they know that that's the only way that they can get paid. Another way here, always be testing, right? So always constantly be testing new ads, new creatives, etc. Of course, you have to give your ads time to work, right? So you can't turn things off prematurely. However, you always want to be constantly introducing new creatives, new images, new videos, new angles, new offers, all sorts of different things just to see that if you can constantly get the performance to be better. Like I said, here you want to always be investing in good ad creatives. You can still use image ads. However, things are trending more towards video now. So it makes much more sense to invest the time and effort into creating really great video ads. And then also you just need to trust the process, right? Facebook ads are not magic. Just like anything else with marketing, they need time and it's an investment, right? So you might have to invest in your Facebook ads for 2, 3, maybe even 4 months before you start to see that ROI. But the great thing is that once you get to that ROI, then you have a system where you can put $1 in and get 5 back. And that is where you can truly start to scale your med spa because you have a faucet that you can basically turn off and on whenever you need new clients or you need new people for your high ticket treatment plans. And so that's all I have for this video. I'm going to put a video up on the screen now on my complete guide to running Facebook ads for your med spa. So if that's something that you'd be interested in, feel free to click on that video now. But otherwise, I hope this video was helpful and I'll see you in the next one.